I am ready to show you the scope and the sequence of the GOLDmine plan. It will be represented around the clock. The clock stands for the year. The 12 numbers on the clock stand for the 12 months of the year. Starting in September, to coincide with a new school year, we start with the Old Testament in Genesis. When we're in December, right around Christmas, we take a Christmas leave and we have the Bible account of the birth of Jesus in the order of the events that happened for 6 days. And this lasts until the day after Christmas. So we read about the announcement, about the another announcement. We read about the trip. We read about everything at the end, the Magi, and at the end, then about the temple experience. And then we continue in the Gospels with the life of Jesus. So we take a few months in the New Testament every year after Christmas. Every year we'll have a Gospel or two, because we only have 3 years and we have 4 Gospels. We have Matthew and Mark in the first year, but we left the other 2 Gospels for year 2 and year 3. When we're done with the Gospels, we take the following books in the New Testament after the Gospels in order. So we're going to dig into the Acts in the first year. When we're done with Acts, and it should actually be May, when we start in Numbers, where we left off right before Christmas. And we continue. Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth. In September, we go to 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, 1 Kings, 2 Kings. Christmas again. There's the Gospel of Luke. We go back to the letters. Then in May, we pick up from Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Christmas after Lamentations, the other Gospel of John, and then a few more letters. We pick up with the prophets so that we can actually end our 3rd year of Bible reading in the New Testament. After the book of Malachi, we finish the New Testament with the books of Hebrews, James, 1st, 2nd Peter, 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, Jude, and Revelation. Did anybody notice the Psalms and the Proverbs were not in there? Okay, well, the Psalms and the Proverbs, because you don't want to be in the Psalms 150 days, and you don't want to read a whole chapter of Proverbs a day because you're not going to remember all those rich verses. So those have been divided in a secondary reading. So this is our primary reading of the day. And then there's a short fragment, either 5 verses from Psalms, average, or a verse or 2 of Proverbs, average. From September to March, we are doing Psalms, and then from April to August, we're doing Proverbs every year. 2 readings a day may worry some people, but God meant for us to speak to our children more than once, actually, about Him. And the second reading is only a couple of minutes long. You can do it in any number of ways. Like if you're homeschooling or if you're on vacation and you choose to do your main portion of the Bible in the morning because your children are more awake and alert, then you can leave those few verses for bedtime, right before they go to bed. This way they can meditate on God's Word as they go to bed. If you choose to have your primary reading at night before you go to bed for bedtime, again, for the same purpose of our children going to bed meditating upon God's Word, and maybe because that's when all the family is home, then the short reading can be done either for a quick breakfast pickup, or maybe an encouragement after school, or like an after-school snack. And the other possibility, of course, is to just read everything in the same sitting at the same time.